Hey guys, welcome back to more Let's Play Rogue Galaxy. Last time we continued our way through the jungles of Juraika, and we made our way to the four-way, so let's read the sign once again and realize that the village is up ahead and the spring is over to the right. Well, if we go up here now and talk to a few more people, run into more battles, and it will give me a good opportunity to talk about something that happened, failed block aside, in between episodes. I had actually, I was editing previous episodes, and I loaded up my file because I remembered that, yes, it's been forever, and I've been trying to get around to organizing my items, and I never really managed to actually do that. So I went to go do that, and I fought a couple of battles, just seeing if I can get lucky with some rare drops, and I experienced my first freeze on this Let's Play. For whatever reason, the emulator just stopped to 0 FPS, and I couldn't find a way out of it. I made a separate save state and a separate slot to see if I could load it up again, and no, it was completely fried. I had to go back, and luckily I had saved after organizing my stuff, and then didn't lose out on anything but some of the battles, but still. It's kind of unsettling to realize that it's still giving me issues, and I had like full-on computer crashes when I was using, I think it was 1.7 of the emulator, version 1.7. I never had any like things where the emulator itself seemed to like be unable to render more frame. But anyway, we're gonna head up to the village here. I'll just go over my organization of my items here. Basically, like I was telling you before, anything that is like basically consumable that you're going to use in battle, put it on one. Anything that is going to be used for the flow in the factory goes on another. Again, I will be putting more of those there. Eventually, we'll end up filling up 2 whole pages of them. And then just organize your weapons, like all of the swords, all of the guns. I have too many swords, I have too many guns. These ones are all mastered, so I just put them over to the side. If you're trying to kind of like I've said before, you should always be working on some kind of weapon. And there are actually 2 ways of going about playing with your equipment. You can go in here, select the weapon, select change, take a look and see which one you're actually working with. But if you're OCD in terms of your organization like I am, and especially this will happen later in the game when we get a whole whack kind of the same weapon, kind of like we had earlier. But you can go straight from here, press the X button to select, and you can equip directly from here. And it'll just show you to swap over. And if you want to figure out the stats in between, you can go like that and just double check that way. It's another way of equipping items. I will be doing this later on. It's what I did in my test run. I found that that was more efficient. That way I would just go, okay, the oldest one or the weakest one goes up here, and then just next one goes to here, to here, to here, to here, and then I never have to dig through trying to find out which ones I've maxed and which ones I haven't. But that's probably far more OCD than most of you guys are. Finish without taking damage. These ones only pertain to the character you're controlling. So the best way of handling this is to use spells. And then stand back. And while you're standing back, start shooting. We want to win as many of these as we can. We're not going to win them all, but we can try and win as many as we can on the way. And here we go. One more attempt at one of these guys. We'll throw this back on. I will go over. You are dazed. See, he's dazed, and I can still use an item with him. That's what I said. This game is kind of forgiving with its battles this way. All right. Ow! That hurt. Okay. The one thing I forgot to do is tell them to stand back because they are dumb and they are just going to get themselves and me killed. I don't think I made a save state right before this fight, but that's fine. We will figure this out in a moment.
All right.
See if we can not take a whole bunch of damage. Maybe we can get lucky with our drops here. Maybe not. That was far more difficult than it needed to be. But regardless, let's keep going here. Now there is something else I did want to talk about that I kind of sort of have been alluding to, but we're going to get into that in a minute. We're going to switch over here to Zagram, and you'll notice that we still have Do Not Act on with everyone else because I'm notoriously bad at remembering to change that afterwards. So we're going to swap characters, and we're going to activate Fire Sword. If I haven't shown this off, this is the time. And we're going to use him to finish off all of the enemies. And win another challenge. I'll take it. And it warps us into a cutscene. That's fun.
What was that?
Is that the first bug we've seen?
Yeah. Oh man, I almost had him. Oh.
What's with you? Hey kid, what do you think you're doing here? Take it easy, Zagram.
I'm just
You're gonna make the kid shit
bugs,
himself.
that's all. Bugs? But this place is crawling with beasts. Isn't it dangerous? I don't mind. I'm gonna catch a big one for the Insectron tournament. That's why I came to Jerica.
You wouldn't happen to be from Zerard by any chance?
Yep. It sure was tough saving up money for the trip. I'm gonna catch a great Insector here on Jerica and win the Insectron tournament for sure this time.
Okay. I got to talk about this because this is weird. We'll get into Insectron in a minute. Don't you worry. I have my rants. This kid saved up his allowance and got a spaceship ride to an underdeveloped planet that doesn't have a spaceship repair port on it, yet somehow seems to be in the loop of where you can just drop off people like a bus loop. I don't know about you, but I'm kind of calling bullshit.
So, what's your rank, kid?
I'm still a D.
Then Insectors from Jerica should be fine.
You sure seem to know a lot about it, mister.
What's this Insectron thing?
An Insector fighting competition takes place on Zerard. I've heard the prizes are pretty fancy these days, so it's gaining popularity. But I never thought a squirt like this would be involved.
I'm not a squirt. What about you, mister? Are you a beginner?
Me? First I've heard of it, actually.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, I tell you what. Why don't I give you this? It's my old one.
Video game? The answer is no. I don't wanna. I already did it once. You're gonna make me do this again, aren't you? Yes, the game is gonna make me do it, but I'm going to push it off as long as possible because I don't want to.
An insect cage?
It's a trap. You put bait inside and set it out where bugs like to go. Wait a while, and there'll be a bug inside when you come back, if you're lucky. But they won't come out if you just sit there and watch.
Liar.
I'll give you some of this special food, too. Here.
It's not really all that special. It's bog standard, and it's not very good for most things. At least things that I will be.
There's all kinds of traps and baits. You gotta think about all that and where to put the trap, or you'll never catch a good insector. Well, good luck, mister.
You could always
See
just
you at the
look at
Insectron
information on a
tournament
walkthrough.
someday. Bye.
What's with that self-satisfied mug? He ain't all that.
Bug hunting. Looks fun, doesn't it, Chester?
A lot of guys get too wound up in the Insectron. Messes up their lives. Just take it easy is all.
You're making it sound like it's gambling. The Insectron is this game's version of we're going to make a mini game so big it could be its own game. Kind of a combination. What exactly is it? It's in a sense, it's basically Pokemon. I think that's probably the best way to explain it. Yeah, it's pretty much the best way I can. I can't think of anything else that would line up better. So yeah, it's basically Pokemon, but less fun. And as I said, we're going to be ignoring this for a long time. I will go into this in detail as much as I'd like to rant about not having to do it again. I will go into it, all the detail. We will get all the way through all the ranks. I will show you how to do it in, well, maybe not the least amount of time possible. I'm going to be avoiding half the mechanics so that we can do it faster. Battle feed is... I don't think I ever use Battlefield feed, so yeah, next. Yay! No, I'm ignoring all of that. We will get into this in much greater detail later. I will explain all of it, how it works. I have made pages upon pages of notes for it. Let's see here. Let's fast forward. What did I change it to again? Is it this one? I thought it was this one. This one? I can't remember which key I changed it to. I changed the swapping. There's a hotkey for it. By default, it's L3, so press down the left stick. But I can't remember what I changed the thing to. So we'll switch back this way. You can choose to have different characters like leading your party. It really doesn't have any bearing on much. It's just the character you're going to control when you get into battle. So anyway, here is the village.
What do you want? Only Burkaquans are allowed beyond this point. Go home.
Wait, our ship broke down. We're looking for fire fruit.
Not our problem. Now go home or get hurt.
Another piece of friendly advice. Don't go near the spring past here. Especially not today.
Really? Video game tells me to do a thing. I guess I'm gonna have to do the thing. Video game tells me not to do a thing. I guess I have to go do the thing. Yeah, they're not too subtle about that. So yeah, they said that we wouldn't be allowed in earlier on. They said we'd be fine if we would just leave. We came here anyway because, well, that's what we had to do. Again, we are not allowed in, so we will be backtracking our way on out of here and swapping the music. Yeah, the music over by the village is a little bit different. Now, the point that I was getting into before I got disrupted with more of these battles is some of the items, specifically the rare drops available around here, are going to be important for the factory. Now, again, I'm not going to get into it too much at this point, but wait, how did I miss? Did I run into a battle right when we got here? I knew there was another chest here because I was looking at the map and going, yeah, I should have found a chest already. And then I found the Mimic, and I was like, it's not supposed to be the Mimic yet. But yeah, this happens to me all the time. I'm going to miss treasure chests at some point, but luckily we have a nice feature, like I was saying before, where if you activate all of the save points on a planet, once you get to the end of the game and you've found all of them, then it will give you an indicator on the map of where every treasure chest is, so you can go back and pick them up. This is helpful for two reasons. One, it shows anything that you missed, and two, it will show you anything that would have been unavailable earlier on. Let's get rid of those guys. Such as chests that are locked with a certain key that you didn't remember where they were and decided not to go back to them right away. I will be showing all of those much earlier than we otherwise would have gotten to the point where they would be unlocked, but either way, that option is there in case you miss something. And I will do this all game long. Forget to activate everyone else's everyone else's ability to fight in battle after fighting mimics. Go. Do I need to heal? I should probably. Yeah, that's good. The others hopefully will be fine and they won't get themselves killed. Now, we saw this sign here that said that the spring was over to the right side from our previous perspective. Oops, I am still using the wrong weapon. Now, the one downside to having multiples of the same weapon is there's no indication from here what weapon has experience on it and which one doesn't. So what I always do in this situation is I just pick a different weapon that I know doesn't have any experience. In that case, that's this one. And then once we get into the menu, then I'll be able to fix it out. Go. Now, I am going to heal again because you guys are taking way too much damage. And I am going to equip. I believe that one still needs experience. So we'll equip that one and we move on. But yeah, the spring is toward this side. Now, here's an interesting and fun little strange piece of trivia, I guess. I'm facing up top, the top of the screen, you know, the top of the map. Usually, in most situations, that is indicated by north. If you look at the compass over on the left, it's actually reversed. If I ever refer to north, east, west, south, whatever, I'm always going to do it with north being the top of the map, the right being to the east, down being to the south, and then to the left being to the west. But at the same time, I get so turned around that I'll probably do that wrong too. So ignore anything I say and just watch the map. So yeah, this was the third direction. We haven't been this direction yet. This is a dead end, so we're just going to go pick up a couple of chests over here. I believe one of them is a mimic, if I remember correctly. I believe so. What do you got? Something bad is going to happen at the village, huh? And what do we got here? Who is lost? What? Because of that fruit. Well, we're looking for some fruit. So, is there fruit? Can I get some? Hey, Blue Thunder. Now, one aspect of the combat that I don't do very often myself is activate things like slash and laggy computer giving me issues, because I don't find it increases my damage by that much, and most of the time it doesn't really matter. However, you can if you want. It does make some of the combat feel a little on the repetitive side, because basically your choices are either you're going to use, there's a very useful item right there, and here, going to save, because as is indicated by the lock mechanism on there, this is either an earth chest, or it's another one of these guys. So change equipment, that, get you to stand back, shoot, change equipment back, and have to heal both of these idiots because, well, they're idiots. And go to town on this guy. Oh yeah, I was going to go over something else, but you'll notice that my gauge there is too low. My burning strike gauge, the one in blue there, normally it would be maxed out pretty much the entire game because I barely use it. But because I died in the previous fight against the Mimic, I don't have it. Okay, I just refought him and got the Spirit Bell and did some healing and stuff off screen. I should be pretty much good on the spirit bells for pretty much the rest of the game. I'm not really going for the spirit bells at this point. I'm hoping against hope that I get a star earring because I need a lot of those, which kind of leads me to the point that I was trying to talk about in terms of a lot of these items that we're going to be picking up that we're going to need for the factory. There are a couple of them well, there are more than a couple, but there are a couple of them that are items that are available currently that I was missing some when I went to go do the factory much later in the game. And when I got to do that, I was short on these and I had to come back and farm for them then. So I would like to go out of my way to try and pick up a few extra ones while we're here. One of those items was the Queen Bee Stinger. I ended up with missing a whole bunch of these, so I had to come back for them. They're still, like I said, a really rare drop around here. I believe they're, 4%? So, like, it's not a huge chance that you're going to get them, but you'll probably want to see if you can try and get some extra ones. Dreamflower Ash. I don't know if anyone around here drops that, but we'll definitely be needing those as well. And the other ones, I don't have one of them yet, do I? The mushrooms. The Dream Mushroom I talked about has a 5% drop rate. Those mulch enemies that I used Desert Wind to take out, they drop them. And probably some other enemies as well. But I ended up being short them, and we're going to need 14 of them for the factory. So I would pick up some of those as well. And myriad branches we need for everything. We're going to need 18 of these for the factory. And, well, we can't buy them when we want to do the factory. So we're going to need to, or at least not enough. So we're going to have to pick up as many as we can. They're not only available here, but we want to pick up as many while we're here as possible. Turn on that fast forward and make our way on out of here. One downside to fast forward is like it ups the movement speed, and that's kind of one of the downsides to this game. We'll turn it off for a second. The movement speed based on the size of these dungeons, or in this case, kind of a world map kind of an area, are like the movement speed is just too slow. It really is too slow. And the game really needed a run feature. In my test run, I abused the absolute crap out of... Oh, I guess I should... Nope, that's the wrong button. Let my characters fight again. I guess I'll have to demonstrate the Burning Strike in a different fight. Swap your equipment here back to your most powerful one. We've leveled up all of your stuff, I think all of your stuff, right? Oh no, we have another one to go. And we have one more battle for that. We've worked on all of the swords. I've been making the swaps off screen. Once you've used all of them, make sure to go back to Desert Seeker. You don't have to. It probably doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things anyway, but I like to go back to it, at least for now. The reason for it is because this one will be upgraded, and technically the other ones end up being upgraded as well. But the more we increase the affinity with the elements on this one, the better it will be in the long run. So I just like to stick with it. If I have a stronger weapon, I might go back to that one. But right now, nothing's all that much stronger than this. So been a while since we've seen a save point, so I am very happy over here to see a new one eventually. Now, a lot of kind of normal battles, they do suffer from basically spammy button input, mashing kind of gameplay. But it's only the normal battles. When you come across bosses later in the game, there's a lot more strategy involved in it. And so we're going to be taking more use out of kind of how we set up our characters and which skills we use when we actually learn a few skills. Early on in the game, you're just swinging your sword. Large shadow in the spring. So that's where they purify themselves. So let's hit that up and save a state instead of a file because it's faster. And treasure chest, gimme. King bees. Some enemies it's more effective to jump attack. Some of them it's not. It just kind of depends.
What is it, Zegram?
Shh. I heard something.
Huh?
You're not afraid, Miri?
Nope, not me. Lilica, am I gonna meet the Star God?
That's right. You've been chosen. You get to be right next to the Star God.
I know, but when I'm with him, does that mean I won't be able to see you anymore?
Miri.
Villagers, you think?
Look at that. 2 broads. Not bad, huh? Tell me, Jaster, which one's more your type?
Really? You're a creepy fuck.
What's wrong with you two anyway?
He didn't.
Let's go
Don't
down
blame
and ask him
Jaster.
if
He didn't do anything.
Wait. Those 2 look like Burkaqua tribesmen. They might attack if they know we're outsiders.
They don't look like the type to attack.
What do you know about the Burkaqua anyway? Listen, do you have any idea what they did to me back in the days? These Burkaqua creeps. First they...
Who's there?
Uh-oh.
We've been spotted. Wait, let us explain. We come in peace.
You're spying on 2 women bathing. I don't know any way of you explaining yourself out of this, dude. I really don't.
We're sorry. We didn't mean to spy on you. You're from Burkaqua Village, right? We'd like to go there ourselves, but the gatekeepers turned us away and we can't get in.
What do you want there?
Our ship's broken down, and we need fire fruit to fix it. We were hoping that maybe we could get some in the village.
What did we just see?
Or, you know, well, find out where we could gather them ourselves. Run away!
Quick reaction time, but not quick enough. This is either turning into Final Fantasy IX or a certain type of anime. I'll let you be the judge. Mud Whopper. Oh god, no. Looked like he was gonna eat her for a minute.
Hang on. We'll save you.
Well, that's annoying. Wait, what? Video game? Yeah, when I came to this fight the first time I played, I was like, wait, what? Because I didn't have full health. I'd probably fought in a couple of battles after that save point. And yeah, I walked in, I fought the guy for 2 seconds and instantly game over. It's more effective as a demonstration if I also game over right away, but my HP wasn't quite low enough this time. But still, this guy is bullshit and it really sucks. As you can see, he electrifies the water. I'm going to try this one more time. Okay, round 2. First things first, get out of the water ASAP. If you do not, you're dead. Second thing we do is we heal. You'll notice that we have Lilica as a party member in here. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to set everyone to step back. We're going to swap characters. We're going to get everybody where they belong, which is on land. Now, there's kind of two ways of dealing with this guy. One is the slow way. Slow way is you attack the enemy at range and see if that works. I also forgot to do something for this fight. I went and I got the item required for it, and then I forgot to do it. That's fine. Whatever. We'll make do. This is one of the few situations where I don't mind actually using a different character. And unfortunately, those idiots decided they were going to get themselves hurt. And yeah, the fight's not a lot of fun. It really isn't. I wasn't kidding when I said this guy is kind of bullshit, because you get stun locked in place and can't do anything. It's not a lot of fun. But, well, we're gonna swap characters to Jaster here. We're going to activate Flash Sword. We're going to take a boatload of damage. He just deals so much damage. Swap characters here. He's actually weak to, I believe, fire and ice, if I remember correctly. Yes, fire and ice. So you can actually do a decent amount of damage here. I am going to take a big hit here, so we're going to do that. We're going to swap characters. Now, the reason I don't mind using Lilica a bunch here, and even our other character, is her base damage is higher than anyone else's right now. Now, do note that I am using her square attack, because her square attack is actually her hatchet, or the knife that she threw at Jaster there. Her main weapon is her bow. And unfortunately, I am going to almost die, or if not die, a whole bunch of times here. Okay, now that tri-heal, we're going to want that. I was talking before about how this game is really boring because you don't do anything in battle, and all of a sudden we have this boss. Yeah, this boss sucks. This is not the most optimal way of dealing with it. I've had to kind of scramble a little bit because I'm used to having a different strategy for this fight. I planned for a different strategy, and the strategy went out the window because I forgot to learn Drunken Burst. Drunken Burst increases your physical attack power. It makes this fight faster by a lot. Come on. There we go. We got it. It's not a fun fight. It uses a lot of resources. But that is a much faster way than the alternative, which is basically sitting everyone off basically on a plot of land and using ranged weapons, and then swapping to another character using their ranged weapons, etc., and slowly killing the enemy. Ranged weapons usually do not do as much as melee weapons. Jumping like that would do pretty much nothing. Yet somehow you jumped headfirst and got your feet underneath you. Not sure how you did that, but good job, video game logic. For defeating the boss, we get Rock Crusher and one of the 20 heal potions I used.
You okay?
I'm gonna have nightmares about this.
Considering this was almost a hentai plot, yeah, I'm not surprised.
You were protecting my sister.
Thank you. It's okay. It was a spur of the moment thing. Are you okay? Are you hurt at all?
No, I'm just fine.
That builds up Kisala as
I'm Lilica, and this is Miri.
someone who cares
I'm Kasala. Nice to meet you.
and someone who's quick and
Yes,
emotional to
same
react.
here. Huh?
Miri's eyes. She was attacked by a beast long ago.
A beast?
I can't see, but I can do everything else. There isn't anything that can stop me.
Really?
So there's no need to tread lightly around her. You said you wanted to go to Burkaqua village, right?
Oh, yes.
I'll have a word with the guards on your behalf. But they don't take kindly to strangers there. Be careful.
Really? Thank you so much.
Well, it's time for us to head back. See you later.
We better get a move on ourselves. Seems that Burkaqua is full of beautiful women, huh?
Zagram, you're gonna get this game canceled. I moved 2 feet.
What'd you say?
Huh? I didn't say anything.
But I thought...
No, no! Over here!
Oh no.
Hey, it wasn't me.
Wasn't me. Over here! Look down! Down!
Can't be this thing.
Oh! You finally noticed me. I'm Toady. I'm a toad. Yeah, I live in this lake.
You can talk?
Wow, you're real sharp. Happened all of a sudden, too. Yeah, must have been 'cause of that orange-colored goop.
Orange-colored goop? This must be the work of that rune.
That's the second time someone's
Speeds up the
brought that
process
up.
of evolution and turns living things into beasts.
You got that right.
Speeds up
Ever since
evolution.
it fell from the sky, the jungle's been full of all kinds of weird stuff. My buddy, he got all huge and went kind of crazy. You know, the beast that you defeated earlier? But hey, you know, I don't blame you for it. It's better this way. If he'd survived, Oh, man, what a shame.
Come on, let's leave this lump and be on our way.
No, wait, hang on. Take me with you. Come on, guys, don't be such a stick in the mud. I really want to come along for the ride.
What did you say?
Who'd want to live out their life in this swamp? Besides, if I stay here much longer, I might end up like one of them.
That ain't our problem. Now scat.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Hey, it's not like you don't stand to benefit. I can talk, right? But that's not the only thing that I can do.
If you join my
I also
party,
got this interesting new power. I bet it'll come in handy, my friends. Here, let me borrow these.
What the...
what in all that is holy?
Huh?
Huh?
What? What did you just do?
I have the power to mix together the things that I eat. Yeah, it's like I can fuse together 2 different items. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah, he doesn't exactly join our party. Not as a playable character, anyway. He's a mechanic.
If you bring me with you, I can combine the items you find and make cooler new items. I'm begging you, let me come along.
As if there was any question after what you just did.
All my friends have turned into monsters. I'll be all by myself if I stay here. Please.
All right, you can come with us.
Whoa, you kidding? Seriously? Oh, excellent. This'll be great.
Hey, what are you doing? Get off of me! I hate creepy things like you. Go punch someone else.
Synthesizer Toady joined the group. This is our weapon synthesize mechanic, for lack of a better term. And yeah, basically the idea here is there are 700 and I believe it was 42 different weapons in this game. All of the weapons that you can find can be combined with other weapons. Almost all weapons can be combined with other weapons of the same type. So swords with swords, guns with guns, Zegrum swords with Zegrum swords, etc. You can't do different types. It doesn't work that way. And he'll only eat weapons that have their skills set to max, indicated in the top left there. They don't have the right taste unless they've been properly seasoned through use. Okay, interesting in-game reason for the mechanic, but I get it. That's fine. And there is what's called a frog log, which will kind of give you a list of all of the different weapons that you have, the combinations that you created by doing so. It's pretty involved. So let's go here for a second and just take a look. There's nothing here yet. In our menu, that's where he's going to sit. He is going to sit right there. Do I have anything else organized while I'm here? Let's just... Okay, the weapons that he took were specifically the original plain edge that you started the game with, and the Ridge Crusher, or the what was it? The Rock Crusher you got from that boss fight. Now, one of those weapons was seasoned. The other one obviously was not. But for the game's purpose, that's kind of how it works. So anyway, we are now equipped with that Ridge Crusher there. And let's take a look. So yeah, all of my weapons are all maxed out. We'll use this one for now because one, it's stronger, and two, it needs to be worked on. But we now have the ability to work on any of the weapons that we have here and combine them to our heart's content. For the most part, I'm going to avoid it by doing it too much right away because there are still lots of weapons to be bought around here via shopping. And so I'm going to be working on those ahead of combining new ones. Now, the way that this guy works is you go select him. You can either choose combine or analyze. In my test run, there is, well, first of all, there is a reward for combining and analyzing enough weapons. In my test run, I didn't analyze anything, got to the end of the game and realized that I needed to analyze some stuff along the way, which I didn't. I only did combining. So I can combine the different weapons, and I will be doing that in time. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just analyze weapons that I've already worked with. You can only analyze or combine weapons that are basically things that have already been mastered. So yeah, he'll recommend a specific weapon to pair it with. Ignore all of his recommendations, they don't matter. But you do want to go here and select each of these. And basically what this will do is it'll make it easier to work on later. Now, if you're wondering which ones you can do it to without pressing the triangle button, which you can't do at the moment, and selecting it, like this one, it's not going to work on. You haven't used enough, there's not enough data. It's not glowing. The other ones will all glow red. You can work on them, they will glow red, making it really easy to figure out. You don't need to analyze the same one, but a different copy. It's just one of each one. So I am going to make sure that I analyze everything that I currently have. Doesn't matter if it's equipped or not. And those ones have been mastered as well. And basically what this will do is it'll give us a head start on what we will eventually want to do. So now if we go to frog log now, we'll see that we've analyzed a certain number for a bunch of our characters, and we can kind of see lists here. It'll give you like 2 different things, and it'll tell you you can make something with this combo, but it doesn't tell you what it is. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of them here. You can't make the combination from here, but basically I ignore this throughout the entirety of the game. It doesn't matter other than hitting a set number of items, and by doing this, we should be able to hit that pretty easily. Anyway, where are those treasure chests at? We have Yago Milk, Divine Healing, and there's one more treasure chest that's further in here. I believe it's over here, if I remember correctly. Beat all the enemies within 25 seconds. As soon as it's a time frame and it doesn't limit you, win with a spell. It's your fastest and easiest way of dealing with things. Now, I need to get up nice and close to see because the draw distance is not great at times, but there is one more treasure chest around here. And some more piranhas. And you know what? Desert Wind. Where's that last treasure chest? I know it's around here somewhere. Now, I will go into a lot more detail on how the combination synthesizing works a little bit later when we actually need to do it. But for now, I'm just going to leave it as is. If you have any comments or questions about it, let me know, and I will try to get to them in comments. But if not, then we will make sure that we make a save, because this is another... Oh, no, that's the Earth Key. My bad. I thought that was another mimic. Yeah, that's pretty much all for today. Next time, we will be heading back to the village now that we've explored pretty much the entirety of the area. That's our star location. So I'll just meet you back there in between episodes. We've explored everything else. We've found everything that there was to find, activated all the save points, saw all the shops, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Next time, Burkaqua Village. And I'll see you guys next time.